Welcome back. We're very excited. This has been quite a humbling experience, and we didn't realize how many of you missed us. We had so many people asking us like when the podcast is coming out, and maybe they were just being nice.
Yeah. Or maybe they were
To
hating.
express
I'm not
interest.
sure, but I
But,
still liked it. Yeah.
we had a lot of people asking where we went. So I will tell you that we've put a lot of time and energy into this. We did record an episode, and we just didn't love the audio. We didn't love the lighting, so we changed some things up. And this is our next attempt. But we're feeling really hopeful, and we're releasing this no matter what.
Yeah.
We have too many people down our.
We also
throat.
feel like we just need to release something and like get in the groove, and just it is what it is. And like
we're gonna get better with time.
We hope. Hang in there with us.
So we have so much planned, and we're really excited about everything that we have planned and kind of like the formats that we felt are going to be best for our episodes. So we are going to kind of start off with like what we've been hyper fixating on in the moment, and then dive into like two topics. And then we have some exciting things planned for like weeks to come.
Yeah, so, interviews and topics and special guests and all of that. So we just need to get going. So we are
we're pumped. So Chelsea, what are you hyper fixating on this at the moment?
So I feel like every other woman and probably man, I'm hyper fixated on the show Off Campus. I know that all of our friends are hyper fixated on it. And if people haven't watched it, which I know you haven't yet, I'm like, watch it tonight, put your kids down, move all your plans for the weekend. You need to watch Off Campus.
I'm dying to watch it. Everyone keeps telling me it's on my list. I just feel like I have a lot of things that I'm trying to watch right now. The Summer House reunion came out. I needed to watch that. That was huge.
Yeah.
I'm really into Euphoria.
Okay, we can talk about all these.
I will say, like, Your Friends and Neighbors, it was getting really bad for me, but like now I'm randomly into it again. So let's add that. Emily in Paris, I'm supposed to be watching, but I fell off on. It's just a lot. It's a lot. But I'll bump up Off Campus.
The only thing that anybody should be watching right now is Off Campus. Meanwhile, I watched it in like 2 days, which I think actually is like a very long time because I feel like most people are like binging it all in one.
Sex?
Yeah, it's sex. It's love. It's college. It's like hot guys.
So it's two college kids falling in love.
It's two college kids that are like unexpected, and they're falling in love. Mm-hmm. And I was just saying this to you, I think everyone's like, why are these like 30-year-old women and men so obsessed with college kids falling in love? Like, why are we down this rabbit hole? And I think that what it is if you are 30 and married and whatever, like, what it's like to fall in love. Mm-hmm. The feeling. And, hopefully, right? Like for most of us, we're never going to like have that feeling of like falling in love again. And I think it's sort of like this mourning of
such a good point. Yeah.
There is just like, there's nothing like that feeling.
Oh my God. We will never like fall in love again.
No.
Well, no, you'll fall in love with like, if you have kids.
Yeah, but that's that's a totally different type of feeling.
I know. We will never like fall in love.
Yeah. And
that is such a weird thing to say out loud.
And I feel like
God willing.
Right. And I personally didn't like think about this before. I mean, obviously I love like Summer I Turned Pretty, and that gives like a similar vibe of like, same. You're like, oh, like she's falling in love, like whatever.
Right.
But there's something about that maybe is like a little bit like juvenile.
Yeah.
And Off Campus is definitely like an adult version.
Well, I haven't watched Off Campus, but I do feel like college falling in love, or what you think is falling in love.
Yeah.
And then falling in love post college, which I know there's like we know a lot of people who fell in love in college and like married those people, or fell in love post college. Yeah. And I know a few people who fell in love in high school. So I feel like each stage, like if you fell in love with your husband or wife in high school, or if you fell in love in college, or if you fell in love post, those are all different.
Yeah.
Feelings, but the college one, there's something really aggressive about it, right?
Yeah.
And is that what it is on the?
Oh, it's aggressive.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like intense.
Is it a little unhealthy?
No, I think that I actually think that this is like
a college.
I think that this is portrayed as like a very healthy relationship. Also, one other thing.
I didn't know such a thing exists.
Literally. This is a spoiler alert, but I like saw this, I don't know, on like an interview or whatever, but they're trying to model like, well, what a healthy relationship would look like. They're trying to say like, whatever, that should be more on TV. But I think,
right. Are our kids watching this?
No.
Who are they modeling for?
I guess us. Us 30-year-olds. The other thing I will say is that I saw that the writer was saying she wanted to give the fans a happy ending. And I'm like, as we should. Like, life is hard enough.
Okay.
Right? Like, how many happy endings are happening in real life?
Yeah.
Like, probably not that often. So if I'm watching a show,
I'm
like down with it to be like wrapped up in a pretty bow.
Oh.
You know?
So is there not another season or something?
There is, but I think that like the people that should be together, at least for this season, like are going to be together and continue to be together.
Got it.
So
do you just end the episode and you're like, oh yeah, that was cute, that was fun, or are you like, oh, I need to see what happens next?
No, I was so hooked. I also made my husband watch, and he's like, I hate this. Like, why am I watching this? I'm like, yeah, I bet you.
And then
do.
they're standing in the corner.
Yeah, I'm like, I bet you
always,
hate this.
Always.
But yeah, I think that like I'm done. I've watched it, and it's true. Like I feel this like nostalgia and just like mourning of like, wow, it just like really
it won't happen again.
Yeah, like I was in my feels like, wow, like, you know, and there's obviously times like in high school, like I thought I was in love, whatever. And like even just like those feelings, even when you're like, all right, this isn't love, but like that feeling of like the butterflies, the like first time somebody touches your hand. I mean, that's just the craziest like rock your world type like feelings. And
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. We might not ever feel that again. And it's a weird like thought.
So people are living through these college kids.
Yes. Yep.
Interesting.
So anyway, maybe next week you can watch it and then we can report back to the viewers what your thoughts are.
That'll be my homework.
And we probably need to talk about Summer House as well. I mean, this isn't supposed to be like a pop culture type podcast, but there are just some really good things.
So I was a little late. I was a little late to watch the reunion, and I said to my friends, I was like, "Am I about to watch this?" Like going into the reunion, there is a small. This is controversial, but there was a small part of me that felt a little bit bad for Amanda. And
You would.
I just like listen. She doesn't deserve to have like these girls as her best friends, but also like. She's a human. And if she's struggling with any mental health, which as I'm sure she is going through all of this, like, let's just remember that like she's somebody's daughter. Like, let's just not. I'm
like, drag her to the ground.
I know. Like, no, like where I don't know anything about her parents, but like she is somebody's daughter. She could be, does she have siblings? I don't know. I just am like, let's drag her through the mud, but not like drown her.
I'm like, put dirt on the grave.
I know. So I said that to my friends and they're like, Rachel, just watch the reunion.
Yeah.
And I watched the reunion and like, yes, she seemed to have had like no remorse for anything that she's done, but like it's probably a front that she's putting on right now to protect herself. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to see like a little bit more into like the psychology behind what she's going through. Now I will say, awful friend.
Yeah.
Awful friend. Like, no, doesn't deserve her best friends.
No.
But like she is a human being.
One more point on this, and then I feel like we have to move on, is that I was saying this, I don't know to who, but the truth of it is that the world is going to forgive West and like move on, and he will be okay so much quicker. Like I saw like Jesse Solomon was already like talking to West, like, and that is just like the way of the world, that like the men will be like more excused and like socially like he'll be okay and his friends are gonna like kind of stick around. Like she's like dead done. Her friends will never.
Did you see his dick pics?
I didn't, but like I wanted to. Yeah.
Oh,
nobody was.
And then he went on the podcast and he was like, "No, they were like medical, like, and they
look medical.
They like look medical, like they were." Yeah, no. And
I did see on the reunion. Yeah, he's like, "Was I hard?" Like, if you even have to question it, it's kind of weird. Like, what are you doing? Sending like flaccid?
No. Like, I think he said he was like tracking
progress.
I think I heard him on I saw like a
loser
TikTok clip.
Loser.
But yeah, no, it's so true. It's definitely different between guy world and girl world.
Yeah.
Like he will have friends.
Yeah.
And like Amanda, I don't know.
I don't think so.
At least these girls.
No, these girls are never.
But like, yeah, she's human.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on
to my
agree to disagree.
We're really taking a turn here. Okay. Well, first I will say there's no denying we were hyper fixated on this whole setup. Like this was so hard to do.
Don't touch it, it could fall.
Oh God, we were like, there was a hot minute where this was looking like an OnlyFans photo shoot, and I was like, you know what? If this podcast fails, like Chelsea will be taking pictures of my feet.
I mean, it is our backup plan. We need to recoup the money we put in somehow.
But outside of that, my second hyperfixation is my youngest daughter, my 1.5-year-old. She has a really bad egg allergy right now. And it's been something that we've been struggling with in terms of she had her second food challenge and failed miserably, needed the EpiPen again. So they're recommending us for OIT, which is, I know a lot of people don't know, like the allergy lingo I would have never known. Oral immune therapy, I think it stands for. And it's basically like, it's a lot. You have like 9 visits like every other week, and they expose her to egg, and then you have to go home and you have to expose her to egg every single day at the same time every day, and she's not allowed to have Motrin during that time, and she's not allowed to be super active. She can't sweat, she can't increase her heart rate, and it's just a lot. So it's been something that we've been kind of like processing, and I've been talking to like a few other allergy moms about. because you just like don't know this world. Obviously, this is with anything in life,
Yeah,
but
of
like you just
course.
don't know it until you're thrown
Until you're in
into
it. Yeah, 100%.
And I was just saying, like, your daughter's birthday's coming up and
Yeah.
it's joint, and the invitation came out, and on the birthday invite it said like any allergies. And I've never seen that before. And now, as like an allergy mom,
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, I really appreciate that, because I'm at every single birthday party and I do it
Asking
so
what she can.
shadily.
Yeah.
I don't even ask. I actually, it's most of the time it's pizza, and I'll
Yeah.
go up and I'll look up the name of the
And
pizza
call.
box, and
Yeah.
I go into the corner of the birthday party and I call the restaurant and I'm like, is this egg free? Just
Yeah.
need to confirm. So like, it's nice when there's somebody like that's like kind of looking out for you in that regard. So I mean, and I just do it. You just do it, and it is what it is. You move on. And I feel like that's like anything in parenting. You get thrown these like obstacles, and it's just like, what are you gonna do? You got to deal with it. So that's currently my hyperfixation, and we'll see. I mean,
yeah. Well, I think to your point, one thing about parenting in general, and I think this kind of talks to our topics and also, is just there's a community for everything, and you don't really like sometimes know these things or like necessarily like want to be in these communities depending on like what it is, but like truthfully, like there's something so lovely about whatever it is that you're going through. Like you can find a community, and of course, like, you know, your friends that aren't allergy parents or whatever are there to support you. But even about the birthday party, I was like, oh, I didn't put that in there. And you were like, yeah, like I know. It was our friend that obviously like child already had with an allergy.
Yeah.
But it's true. It's just like there are these communities, and you can go out and you can find Facebook groups and like whatever it is to there's always moms who are looking to support and you know, and find other people with.
I should join a Facebook group for this, because it's just nice to talk. Like I was DMing a girl who's in my sorority house and her kids have really bad allergies, and it's just like, it's nice to talk to other people and just be like, I'm not crazy. Like when I think about all these things, like we go out and we eat brunch with our friends, and in the space where we eat brunch next door there's a playroom, and I'm like, all I'm thinking about when we're there is which one of these kids had stuff with eggs in it. Now they're touching all these toys and my daughter's here. It's a lot. And I actually just said the other day, I'm like, now like a year into it, I'm about a year into this. I'm just like, there's part of me that's just like, you know what? I have the EpiPen in my bag. Like there's an emergency room nearby, like always nearby if I need to. And it's just like, I kind of just have to let her live and know that like I have the EpiPen and an emergency room if needed. But it's just like, obviously no one wants to deal with that.
Also, I feel like you do a really good job of not making it like her whole personality. Like, I don't think you need to go in the corner and call. Like you could call in front of other people, but I'm saying like, I think that sometimes when kids are like almost too aware of something, it can like give them anxiety or whatever. And like, I think you do a really good job of like just figuring out like what it is that she needs in that moment, and like how you need to like clean her hands or like whatever, be mindful, and like you keep it pushing. And I also think like for your own mental health too, not to like wallow in something too much. And like, you have to just like, right? Like you're here and you have to get to here, and like you're just like, okay, like I'm moving.
Yeah. On one hand, it's like I can't make it her whole personality, but then on the other hand, her water bottles that she goes to daycare with, like literally like a highlighted.
Well, I mean, listen,
this child,
you have to keep her safe.
Yes, of course, it's good when you have like a good support system. And if you don't have a good support system, then there's always Facebook groups, I guess.
Yeah, and that can be your support system.
Speaking of Facebook groups, okay, so we're gonna dive in.
So
yeah,
Rachel
I noticed that the other day. I'm like, I was like, I don't think I'm friends with Chelsea on Facebook, and then I was like, really aggressively searching for you, and I couldn't find you.
Yeah, I don't have one.
Oh, why? Just
I don't know. I guess like I think it was after college or like at some point in college, I just was done with it. Honestly, I think I had like an ex-boyfriend that I was like trying to
cut out.
Yeah. I also changed my phone number.
Oh, geez.
I was done. Yeah, that's a story.
Wow.
So I think I just like didn't need it, right? Like other social medias came out and I just like moved on.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I should delete my Facebook. There's like a lot of I could be canceled for sure.
You need to like hide the like pictures. Or
I was
whatever.
like, I was actually trying to see like, is my MySpace still available? Like,
no, I think that you can't access those anymore.
Perfect.
Yeah, for the best.
Yeah. But speaking of Facebook, so I was on the mom Facebook group of like the local moms out here.
You can't be deleting it. You're too
I'm involved. Yeah. Like I'm in the community.
They would miss you.
Okay, so I was on the mom Facebook group, and this one mom posted, and she posted anonymously.
Okay.
And she just said, she's like, I just need help. I'm going to all the meetups. I am like putting myself out there. I'm going to the music classes with my kid, like trying so hard. But I can't, when I go to these meetups and I go to the music classes, like everybody already has their one friend or their few friends.
Okay.
And she's like, I just can't, for the life of me, like I just can't make friends. I know. And it just got me thinking, like, you know, a lot of us, like we move to a new city or a new town in your 30s. You either, some people move single, some people move married, some people move before they have kids, after they have kids, whatever it is. And it's so hard to make new friends in your 30s. Starting fresh, or maybe you didn't start fresh and you know people that like maybe you grew up with, but like I don't know what your reputation was in high school, whatever, like it's none of my business. But no, it's just, so I like felt for this mom. I will say it was really reassuring because a lot of other women commented on her post and were like, oh my gosh, come here, like do this with us, whatever. And like they don't even know her. But it just like, you know, where do you go from here? You move to a new city or a new town in your 30s and you're starting fresh.
Making friends in your 30s is so unique. I think it's the first time in your life you're not in a situation, like a social situation that enables like natural relationships. So you think about college, it's like you're dorming with somebody, or you're in class and you're like, oh, like, what are you doing this weekend? Or like, where do you go out? Or, you know, after college, you know, you're in a city and you're working and you're, I mean, I don't know, the millennials, I don't know, the Gen Zs, right? They're like work from home. So it's like a whole other thing. But I made so many of my friends when I moved here because I worked in a small like startup and we were all around the same age, and you know, you just like innately become like friendly with them and like make friends, whatever. So I think that the moral of the story is that one, making friends in your 30s is really hard and you have to like change it up. But I think the biggest thing is you really just like have to put yourself out there. And I think like normalizing putting yourself out there and like making an effort, right? Like I do think that what was like cool, I don't know, and like I don't know if this is true or not, but it's like the passive, the like not trying too hard, letting people come to you. And I don't really think that you can do that. And I'm not saying that this girl's doing that. Like, obviously she's trying to put herself out there. And I think it's really hard when you go somewhere and you feel like people already have a click. And and I also feel like, you tell me what you think, but in this area, a lot of people like grew up here.
Oh my gosh.
They, you know, went to school at the same type of places. They all know each other. They came back, they're cousins or whatever. And I know. Feel
it's
like
a big area where people move back.
A big area. So I feel like, you know, even like when I meet people, they're like, do you know so-and-so? And I'm like, no. I'm like, do you know so-and-so? I'm like, no, I don't. Like, I'm not from here. But like, that's hard because everyone, their like parents grew up together. I don't know. Like it is like a cliquey-ish area.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I do think like, moral of the story is I think like putting yourself out there and like, even in a situation like this, like being strategic, like getting to a place early, 5 minutes early before other friends come, and like, I don't know, just like pouncing, like sitting next to somebody, or, you know, whatever you have to do, like we talked about, like going to workout classes, but like really just like, I don't know, really like not being afraid to look, not like desperate, but like it's okay to be like, I want a friend.
Yeah. And speaking of like workout classes, like it's so true. I feel like I go to my workout classes right now and I'm like, I'm in and I'm out. Like I'm hardly even looking up. But if you're in this situation where you just moved and you want to make friends and stuff, like maybe you are looking up, maybe you are getting there early, maybe you are kind of like looking around the room, seeing if anybody's around your age, and maybe just like striking up a conversation. I've definitely like had conversations in my workout classes and I've met really, really great like girls there. And I feel like it's a great place to
it's great
people.
Because it's consistent. I think like going to places like consistently, like even like a music class, let's say, like gym. The first time you go to music class, like maybe you're not going to talk to somebody, but you know, I saw this girl at a music class a couple times, and we were at a charity event a couple weeks ago, and I saw her. I'm like, I don't know who she is, but I went right up to her and I was like, oh, do you go to like so-and-so music class? And she's like, yeah, I do. I'm like, I've seen you there a couple times. And like I wasn't like looking for anything from the conversation, we like exchange numbers or whatever, but like I made the connection and was like, oh, and I haven't been back, but I'm sure that when I see her again, then like, you know, maybe we'll strike up a conversation. So I think it's just like, I don't know, like sometimes I'm not the most like, I'm not like unfriendly, but to your point, like sometimes I just like go to these music classes, like you know, like I have friends, I've like done the whole thing. So like I'm just like focused on my kid.
It's also easy to just like go through the motions once you're
like once you have a flow and like feel good and whatever. But I even the other day, like just putting myself out there and like walking up to this random girl. I was like, oh you know, and like 100%. I understand that like that could be uncomfortable.
And exchanging numbers, that was going to be my thing, is like exchange numbers. Like don't be afraid to ask for somebody's number, and then once you have that number, don't be afraid to start a group chat.
You're good at that.
I like the group chats.
I'm not. I don't. Like, I'm
we have one out here that's like a lot of girls, and when I first moved out here, like I started this group chat, and I just like anytime we heard somebody moving out to this area, they got added to this chat. Now like really people still periodically will talk in it, but it's just like start the group chats, ask for the numbers. I threw that adult rager that I called it my adult ragers when I first moved out somewhat, like first moved out to the suburbs. We had this like group chat going on. I was like, I'm just going to invite like every single person from this chat over to my house with their significant others and throw an adult, I kept calling it my adult rager. And it was so much fun. I had so many people here. And I feel like there's a lot of people from that had to have been like, what, it was 2 years.
At least 2 years. Yeah, 2 years ago.
And there's some people that like
first time were
at that. Yeah, there were some people who were at that like I actually haven't spoken to since. And then there's people who were there that have become like best friends.
Yeah.
Like you were there and we weren't that close yet.
No, it was the first time I went to your house.
Yeah. And I'm sure
I remember
there were
like freaking out over my outfit.
Yeah.
Not knowing like what everyone was gonna wear and like what the vibe was. And like, you know, like
and
wanting
I'm sure
to like
there were people who were like, should I go to this? Should I not go to this? Like, you should go.
Yeah.
You should host it if you have the ability to host it. And if you're invited, you should just go.
Yeah.
Just go. Because you never know. You can always leave early.
So another thing that is very relevant to me at the moment, you already talked about it, is I'm throwing a first birthday for my second child. And I was just saying, like, the mom guilt of your second is really something. And I didn't like, obviously there was like some guilt in the beginning, like, you know, whatever. But the guilt was really more focused on like, oh, I feel guilty about my first. I feel like whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
But, you know, I'm planning this birthday party and
it switches so much. Yeah, you're so right. When you first come home from the hospital, it's like you have guilt for the older one.
Yes.
And then it quickly switches.
Yeah. And like it's switching for me right now.
Yeah.
And, you know, like for my first, I threw like such a big birthday party and I had people coming from out of town and New York and driving and this and that and whatever. And with my second, I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to like throw a birthday party.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing one and it's a joint, which is something like I would have never done, you know, for the first. I'm like, oh, he needs his own, whatever. And now I'm like, we have the same mutual friends and, you know, like, let's just like bang it out and like have a whatever. And, you know, like I've come to terms with it now that like the party's happening and like it is what it is. But truthfully, I'm starting to see these things where like I take the first one out. Like we just went and did something really fun yesterday. You actually took your second, but like I didn't. I took my first. And I'm like, oh, like I should probably be like doing more with her. And like,
meanwhile, when I took my younger one to that situation, I literally said out loud, I'm like, this is so great. Like I never,
she's
like,
getting out.
She never goes to, we went to a horse show and like, she never does that. It's always like, all right, well, like if I have to grab one, I'm going to grab the older one because she'll appreciate the experience more. But like, no, she appreciated it so much. I know. I feel the same way. I feel like, my older one, she went to all the music classes from like the moment that she was like had her vaccine.
Yeah, but I also think like selfishly, I'll say for me, like he was out at 4 months of these music classes at like an inappropriate age. Like, he couldn't even sit up. He didn't have core strength. He was like laying there.
Yeah, same.
Because like I needed to get out.
Yes.
I was looking for friends.
Yes.
Like I just needed that so much. And like I don't need that as much. So like she's suffering and like I don't know about you, but like this is what I say to myself. Like she doesn't need that. She has an older brother. Like I just like make these excuses. I'm like, she's fine that she's an older brother. Like everything's fine.
And they are all fine. Like I'm a younger sibling and like I know I was dragged around a lot and like I didn't do, you know, I just know that. But like and we're all fine.
Yes.
But like I'm certainly feeling so guilty when I think back to like the experience that my first had and like going and now not only when they were that age, but like now also like if my older one has soccer or whatever it is, like then the younger one has to come and it's like you're like you come to soccer, but like you're not allowed to run on the field.
Right, you sit in the stroller.
You can sit in the stroller or like stay in this one little corner and don't interrupt and it's like, but when my older one was that age, like our plans revolved around her and what was appropriate for her. So it's like now the younger one's not getting that, and it's definitely like, it's sad.
I think that, you know, I was saying this to you that with your second, there are so many things that so many guilt or like feelings that you let go because you're more confident and you just feel like, okay, like I saw how this played out and like everything's fine. In so many ways, I feel like you let a lot of that guilt go that you have as a first time mom. But then, like it catches up to you one way or the other. Like now I have all this guilt about, you know, whatever, her socialization and this and that and like not getting to do things. So I think the point is mom guilt will get you no matter what.
Oh, and then I overthink it too because I'm like, my older one is a social butterfly and my younger one is much more reserved in that aspect. And I'm like, is that because that's just like her personality,
like nature versus nurture, right?
Or did I do this because she was not exposed fast enough? Like she is definitely, of my two kids, like she is more like attached to me and less, you know, like
I think it's,
up to
we talked about this earlier randomly, like we were talking about this not for the podcast, but I do think that a lot of it, and you said this, is just personality driven.
Yeah.
I mean, I think because I mean, my second is obviously very young, but she's an animal. Like she's a wild animal. Yeah. And like she doesn't leave the house. Right. So like I don't know where she got it from, but like she doesn't leave the house.
Right. It's just like what she was born with.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And like maybe you like either cultivate that or like it changes. I mean, also like I feel like I've learned like they change so much, but yeah, the mom guilt will get you.
Okay, well, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. This is kind of just like a preview of what we have plans and how it's going to look for us. We have so much planned for our future. We have like a lot of exciting guests that we want to have on. And yeah, let us know your thoughts,
your feedback, your comments,
comment, like, subscribe, and
hang in there with us.
Yeah. This is hopefully this worked.
Okay.
All right, thanks.